am LaVerne Mickel. We've been married 18 years in September.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Mickel.
Okay.
And 17 years now, but 18 years coming. And I will tell you the truth, I never thought that I would be here in this position.
Well, you're here. Question 1. All right. How did you meet and what attracted you to your partner?
Wow, we met over 22 years ago at the prison, actually. Neither one of us were in prison, but we were applying to be corrections officers. And he came to the prison for an interview, and he was bringing his girlfriend at the time of the interview. And I was there for an interview, and he ended up applying for a job at the prison, and he got it. And so
That's crazy.
when he was bringing his old girlfriend to the prison for an interview. And so we both working at Hanlon, Michigan Training Unit, and I see this big old tall hunk. I'm like, who is that? And but he was not interested, wasn't concerned, wasn't thinking about me, time of day, nothing. He was there going about his business. He'll speak, he was cordial, he'll say hello and all that kind of stuff, but anything beyond that, he didn't have time. He didn't have time at all, and I was like, I got to get with this man, being a warrior here.
Said, what's up?
Yes. So that was the beginning of it.
Well, that's her story.
All right.
First of all, I didn't have a girlfriend, I had a friend.
Let it be known.
That asked me for a ride up to the prison.
I
took the person up there, and then they came back out and said, do you want to interview? And I said, no, because I'm not going to be working in no prison. Well, little did I know, a couple years later, I found myself back at the place, and I filled out the application. They hired me on the spot.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, just like that.
Look at that. All right. Okay, question number 2. What do you love most about your partner?
Well, what I love most about my wife is that her main goal, the number one priority, is making sure that I don't leave that house wanting for anything, whether it be money, whether it be food, whether it be anything. She makes sure I have everything
taken care of,
so I can go do what I need to do. And she's very supportive.
How about you?
Gosh, one thing that I love to tell people is that I have a bodyguard 24/7. I am always feeling safe and secure when I know that he's around, but I know one thing, he is very, very, very protective of me. And I don't have to worry about nothing or nobody coming up on me, saying anything to me, because it ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to fly.
It ain't going to happen.
And one of the things, though, I tell her, even though that's true, one of the things that I tell her is to quit telling everybody that, because if they sleep, leave them sleep. You don't want them to know.
Man, I know that.
Because the element of surprise is really powerful.
Yeah.
The element of surprise.
Yeah. You can wake them up. Okay. Question number 5. When did you know? Like, what moment did you know that's the one?
For me, I knew right away. It wasn't no hesitation, because he was just so fine. And I was like, woo.
On top.
Can't let another day go by.
I was like, I need to talk to him.
Straight
and things, but it wasn't mutual. Tell you that. It wasn't mutual at all.
She got on my nerves. And I was about tired of her. And one day, she came over to my place and she told me, she said, one day you're going to find yourself by yourself and not have nobody to share nothing with. And she left. got me to thinking. You know, I needed to have somebody eventually that I could share the life with.
Yeah.
You know, but she was getting on my nerves. So.
But he was loving it. He was still steady coming around, steady
Of course.
coming around. If I
Of
was
course.
getting on his nerves that tough, he would have just stopped seeing me and stopped talking to me. But you know, he was always there.
The moment that I realized it was that my mother was on her sick bed. She had stage 4 cancer, and she came down to help my mother with some paperwork. And they hugged. My mother don't hug nobody. And they hugged, and my mouth dropped. I said, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
Because the last girlfriend I had, my mother couldn't stand. But when she came, it was like, and she said, "Boy, that's the one right there, because
That's it.
she ain't gonna take your mess." And I said, "Wow."
Yeah. That's enough. Yeah, yeah.
I know that.
Come on now.
And so I said, "Okay."
Yeah, that's real.
I
Okay.
know his sisters were standing there like, "Who is she? Who is she hugging mama like that?"
Yeah.
Your sister?
Sex go one.
Recording now. Number 4. What's the difference between you two that you absolutely love?
The difference? Go ahead, babe.
Well, I am more of a person that functions inside of a system, and I don't do things just off the cuff a lot of times. Even though in my previous life I did a lot of things off the cuff, but I had a lot of near misses. I'm talking about as far as with my life. So now I've learned to silence those urges and then operate within the home system that God has provided for me. Because there was a lot of things I didn't know about God that I found out.
He was just bad growing up. Into everything. With me and us as a couple, you know, he has turned his life around, and he's like a totally different person, a different man from when we first met. And it's like, I love it. I love it a lot, you know, because he's turned his life over. We're both walking in that way. But I always say, pray for me. God knows my heart, because I could be a little, as he say, hot or fast or whatever, you know, and I know me, you know, so just keep me in prayer, because he keeps me straight and on the narrow, because I could step out there a little bit and be a little...
Power in knowing. It's power in knowing. There's some people who don't know, don't care,
Know
too.
thyself.
Yeah, that's one of the most important
But
things.
I love it that we keep each other grounded, you know.
Period. Okay. Recording now. Number 3. If we gave you each $1 million and said you can only spend it on the other, what would you buy?
What would I buy? Well, since we both have our names on the house, I'm gonna buy him that house and make sure it's paid off. Since it's our house and he part of it too.
Right.
But gosh, you know, money can't buy what I feel about him. So it's really kind of hard for me to answer that question. But I'm gonna make sure that whatever he wants, I'm gonna make sure he got it and take care of it.
Well, for me, I would give her everything that she's always wanted, material-wise. If she needed a new car, a home, if she needed clothes, I would make sure she had that, and maybe some property in a tropical place. That would be very nice, so we can get away and go. Because I told her if we ever hit the lottery, I'm taking both of the phones and throwing them in the river, and we just gonna buy some new phones. because
Yes.
I don't want people calling me.
Off the grid.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
Off the
yeah,
grid.
but whatever she desires, I will give it to her.
Okay. Number 6. What do you look forward to experiencing with your partner?
I look forward to a very continued long life with him. I look forward to traveling and spending more time, laughing, joking, having a great time, just being friends, being partners, being lovers, being spiritual partners with one another, you know, and just growing spiritually closer and closer more with one another, you know, just the whole picture, the whole circle, you know, I look forward to it. Yeah.
For me, I look forward to growing older and to see what God has in store for both of us as a couple. Because as you know, it's impossible to please her without pleasing God first. So I have to first please him and get into his will in order for me to be able to take care of her and do the things that I'm supposed to do as a man and a husband. So I'm very interested to see where God takes us. You know, there's a lot of possibilities out there, but I'm into being led by the Spirit. You know, that's what and see when you're in being led by the Spirit, man is not pleased because it's not on his time; it's on God's time.
That's real. That's perfect. All right. Now, last question, number 7. What is love?
You want to start out? You want me to start out?
He said love. He said, what is love?
What is it?
I think God is love because he gave his only begotten son. He sent him to the world for the redemption of mankind. And I'm looking at her. She's love. She has a lot of love to give. When I saw her, the way she conducted herself when she's giving back to the community, when she helps people do a lot of things, and she's always trying to help somebody and find a way to help. Somebody needs something, she tries to find a way to help them through community service. And if she have to, she'll go out herself and do it. And see, here's the example. During the pandemic, there were a lot of people in the community that needed meals, that were hungry. And she said that she was going to go through the Advent House, and start delivering meals. Well, me as a man, I can't let my woman go out there by herself and go to these communities to deliver these meals because you don't know what she gonna run up on. So I said I might as well get on board with this and go with her so I can protect her from whatever's out there, you know, that may mean her no good. So love is that, is what I think.
Love to me is having each other's back. Love to me is being waking up in the middle of the night by this loud snoring where the roof is being blown off. Love to me is having these incidents of gas. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just like, baby, I'm sorry, I know you heard that. Yes.
We here, man.
Love to me is just being able to be silly and laugh with one another and joke and just have fun with one another. Transparency. Be like, boy, you are so crazy and stuff, and not feel bad about it, you know, or be angry with one another, but still feel like, you know, we gonna be there. Or one incident, I told him we'll get mad at each other one time. I'll be like, I'm leaving you. I'm so sick of you. I'm leaving you. And he'd be like, I'm going too. You ain't leaving me. I'm going too. I'm like, that ain't what leaving you mean. You can't go.
That ain't what it is.
And you know when she leave out the door, I'm right behind.
I was like, that ain't leaving me. So
where we
that's
going?
love. You know, just love is just being there for one another. You know, the most important thing. You know, having each other back, having a friend, having somebody to talk to.
That's real. That's real.
I love it, y'all.
Beautiful. Well, that's our series. What is Love series? You know, appreciate you guys for coming by and
Thank
sharing
you
your
so
love
much
with
for
us.
doing
Mickel.
this.
Yes, the Mickels. Yes.
Yeah.
Cut and print.